Shannon. I'm talking about last year being out for a multitude of reasons we no longer care to get into, don't want to get into. That is the past. We are moving forward. This brother right here is averaging 25.8 points, 49.6% shooting from the field, 41% shooting from three-point range. What's his free throw shooting? I think it's at 90.7%. Damn near a 50, 40, 90 guy. I mean, this dude has been on another level. He's played 56 games because he's been injured. No distractions. Kyrie Irving, no problems. When this brother is on the court, he is something to behold. And yesterday, that show he put on, he dropped 48 last night. I'm looking at Dallas and I'm like, damn. And you're right. The way they got some size and some defense, we haven't seen that from Dallas in the past. Because clearly we have nothing to worry about with them offensively. Clearly offensively, you're going to have a problem with them. But if they can get stops, which they've been showing us they could, Dallas could be the sleeper in the West. Nope.
Playoff spot. Shoot, man, I got a meme in my photos. You know, us professional athletes love the memes that the media puts out. I think ESPN gave us a D, like a grade D for the trade of me coming here. So I think us clinching a playoff spot and putting ourselves in great position definitely answers some of those questions that were asked last season and some of the naysayers and all that stuff. It's a great moment to again answer those questions and succeed in clinching a playoff spot.
Is there a redeeming feeling at all with it, or not really?
I mean, life is about redemption, man. Especially in sports, where anybody could say anything, and something can happen the next day or the next 2 weeks or next few months that leads you to succeeding at a very high level or failing at a high level. I mean, just comes with it. So it's always about redemption. Every day you wake up and just try to strive to be better. So it feels good.
Yes, sir. So now Kyrie is getting the last laugh as the Mavericks have now clinched the playoff spot. Currently sit at the 5th seed, probably going to go up against the Clippers. And look, none of this, you can say it's biased because I'm a Mavs fan, whatever. I don't care. But it's just good to see redemption. And it's not like Kyrie was ever washed or anything like that. You would think he was, or he was coming off some crazy injury. But no, this guy was ridiculed based off all his off the field, off the court, personality. It wasn't even, he never committed a crime. You can't show a mugshot. Well respected in the community, well respected by his people. Never could hear any NBA player say a bad word about his character. But guys like Stephen A. Smith, people like goofy Nick Wright, Nick Wright was the one who got on Fox and said that Kyrie will be the death of Luka in Dallas. Because Nick Wright is a big Luka fan, but he said Kyrie was going to be what was going to move and push Luka out. Like, Kyrie's a madman. He's going to go down there, and Luka's going to get pissed and leave. And I'm like, that furthest thing that happened. You know what I mean? Then you got Brian Windhorst, fat dude. That's the dude that went to school with LeBron James, and that's why he's got his job. He was all, no one gave credit. People were saying Tatum and Brown was a better duo. Kawhi and Paul George, I've heard it all. 40-year-old LeBron and Anthony always hurt Davis. All of these, they're all better than. I'm like, really? Now people is looking and they're like, man, this is probably the scariest duo in the league. Luka's one of the best first half players in basketball. Kyrie's the best finisher in basketball. Nobody scores more fourth quarter points. I mean, the fact that people are seeing it. And this is the perfect situation for Kyrie. He'll never admit it publicly, but for the first time, he's not the victim or the person that they would blame. If everything falls in the Mavs' face and they fall flat in the playoffs and lose, no one's going to blame Kyrie. He'll probably get the slice of the blame, but they're going to go in on Luka first before they bring up Kyrie. Luka's going to take the blame. He's the face of the franchise. Then they'll go to the coach and you'll go downhill. You know what I mean? But he's not the scapegoat for the first time like he was in Cleveland. When he didn't want to be with LeBron anymore, they painted him out as the reason that whole thing blew up and LeBron bounced. He was the scapegoat. He was the blame person, the fall guy. Same thing in Boston. You know what I mean? He wasn't feeling the culture there. He wasn't, he had things going on. Oh, he's lazy. He doesn't come to work. He's a part-time. Those were the narratives about Kyrie. People in Boston, they hate him to this day. They can't stand him. He still gets booed out of the building. They blamed him for being negative and being a bad influence on the young kids and the culture in Boston and that locker room. Then the same thing, coming to Brooklyn, he was the fall guy and the blame for that. They blamed him for that. Like, he was to blame because of the whole mandate situation. And people every day on ESPN, people like Stephen A. Smith, he's just an imbecile. Why won't he just do what he needs to do? Stephen A. is completely backtracked now. He called him an idiot. He called him out of his name. And to Kyrie's credit, I can't defend that outfit he had on, but to Kyrie's credit, he never said anything back. He didn't get on no podcast. And today's platform, everything is tailor-made for these athletes to speak their opinions, speak their minds. He could have easily went in on everybody. And he didn't. He did a couple of Instagram lives just expressing himself, but nothing directly at anybody. And now all of these people have come to eat crow. ESPN gave the Mavs a D when they made that trade. And I'm thinking it's crazy because the narrative all year, when the Mavs started off very mediocre this year, because everyone was saying, well, they're stupid. They let Jalen Brunson walk. First of all, Jalen Brunson's pops didn't want him to be in Dallas. He wanted to be in New York. He had already signed to be on that Coach Thibodeau staff. Didn't want to be there. Didn't want to take a hometown discount. It wasn't going to happen. They basically swapped Brunson for Kyrie. So I don't know how they paint this picture that they made the wrong decision. I'm like, Brunson is doing great in New York. He's averaging, 27 a game? Kyrie's averaging 25. And that whole narrative that Luka can't play with anybody, they said that too. How can they share the basketball? They're too ball dominant. They found the way. They figured it out. And you should be afraid, very afraid. We going to Disney World. I don't know. I think we can win it all. That's just me. Maybe I'm drinking the Kool-Aid as a fan. I think the Mavs can win it all if they stay healthy. And there's no ducking and dodging. Well, you shouldn't play Denver. Why not? Play whoever's on the damn schedule. You play whoever's on the seeding. It's fortunate you're not in that play-in nonsense that they do with the Warriors and the Lakers. But I get it. These people that you're talking about here, these people, Brian Windhorst, he was sitting there talking about, Kyrie's just down there to show off so he can get signed to the Lakers. And yeah, him and Rob Pelinka and talks, that didn't happen. He took more money and re-signed in Dallas. Didn't want to be LeBron's little bro part 2. Didn't want to be there. That was the whole thing. He's going to go back to L.A. and play with LeBron. Nope, got Lakers fans' hopes up. You got Spencer Dinwiddie. That's who you got. You got D'Angelo Russell. Y'all got that. And it was that white boy that shoots good. Y'all got that. You know what I mean? But these people don't want to see it. And I get it. Why the media wants the Lakers to be in the playoffs. And this ain't a Lakers bash video, but I get it. It's the most popular fan base, franchise, all of that. They drive ratings. The NBA doesn't get good ratings like they used to, but the Lakers do drive ratings, and they want LeBron and Curry in the playoffs. But it's time to move on. It's time to make some new stars and let go of the past. But yeah, it's good to see that these media people are finally giving Kyrie his flowers, giving him his due. Skip Bayless was another one. You know what I mean? He always was a Luka hater, at least when Shannon was there. But even he's been giving up credit and praise because Kyrie in the fourth quarter is unstoppable. I mean, the man had 48 points on a Sunday. Is Ramadan over? I don't want to sound stupid because I know I'm not really into that. But he was doing this during Ramadan, dropping numbers, fasting. He's not eating. He's not drinking water during the game. He's just out there fasting. He might eat a protein bar, half of a protein bar at halftime, and drop 14 on you in the fourth quarter. It's ridiculous. And this guy was, his character was assassinated basically just because he refused to take a government-created jab that he didn't want to be a part of. That, and between that and, of course, the whole Amazon thing, the fake apology, the Nets suspension. The Nets have lost like 60 games already this year, by the way. They're in the toilet. But, yeah, it is a problem. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Hit that like button for the algorithm. I'm out.